seeing Jurassic World, and look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that pretty bad camera. No one is in here. That is fantastic. Free movie. No one's in here. They're playing some crappy music video though.
Hey everyone, SoranotRoxas here. I'm gonna have to do the review like this. I'm back in my room actually filming this right now because there's actually someone else sleeping in the other room, so I don't want to be too rude to them. The video that you just seen before I started this one is me in the theater. My mother actually went with me to go see Jurassic World because she wanted to compare and contrast that from the original Jurassic Park movie back in 1993, and that's also the reason why I went to go see this, besides the recommendation of my friends and everything. Hold on a sec, let me scoot up the chair. Am I in frame? I think I am. Wait, let me pull back. There we go. Alright. If my voice sounds too low, I'll just turn the volume up on the editing part anyway. So, yeah, so at the beginning when we first went to the movie theater, it was empty. But we was there like at 11:17 and the movie didn't start till like 11:30. So this was just in the morning, so we went earlier today. People started coming in and I ended up talking to a couple of guys, asking them their opinions about it, what they thought and everything. And everybody's was pretty much the same, as well as my mother's too, and mine's as well, is that, okay, this isn't a bad movie. No, I think it's a good movie. I don't care what anybody says, this movie is not bad. Guys, it could have been a lot worse than what we got. I think we got really the good side of things, and it shows here. There are a few problems with it, and I would say, just like everyone else, it's not better than the original Jurassic Park movie. It is good, but it's not as good as the original. But it is better than the sequels. My God, that's one we all can agree on that. It destroys the sequels in terms of how well it's done. I apologize if you guys hear any sound or anything. I actually got my windows open because, I'm wearing a freaking hood indoors, so it gets a little hot. Anyway, so Jurassic World turned out to be much better than what I thought. I went in expectations pretty high. So I wasn't disappointed too much. I came out saying, okay, that was actually much better than what I thought. Although my expectations were high, they weren't high as, this is going to be better than the original. I was just mostly high to the point where it was, please be better than the sequels. Please be better than the sequels. And not only is this better than the sequels, it actually doesn't even reference The Lost World or Jurassic Park 3 at all, so I guess that's non-existent now. I don't know whether that's still canon or not, but the only references made is to the original Jurassic Park. And if your character didn't appear in the original Jurassic Park, it didn't happen. which is fine with me, because I hated The Lost World. As a kid, I liked The Lost World more. As I got older and I saw a lot of problems with it, I was like, okay, this isn't working on a movie level. Jurassic Park 3, I just hated that outright. I don't care. I found it uninteresting all throughout the film. This one doesn't have that problem, but it does have a few problems, and I'm going to end up addressing that I'm going to end up addressing in this video. So okay, let's start from the beginning. For people that don't know the story of it, you'll be like literally the 1% who haven't seen this, because everyone's seen it by now. I'm actually seeing it pretty late. I do want to go see Inside Out too, so I might do a review on that as well. But yeah, let's talk about Jurassic World. So if you guys don't know the story of Jurassic World, it's actually sort of like a fusion of SeaWorld and the Walt Disney theme park, Disney Kingdom and stuff like that. So it's a mixture of that, but with dinosaurs as its main source. And we're in a time where kids are getting bored of dinosaurs. People in general are getting bored of dinosaurs. Okay, I don't know what reality Universal lives in, but that will never fucking happen, okay? If Jurassic World could be a real thing, and there's been, you know, theories and stuff like that saying, oh, can Jurassic World be a real thing? And they did this back in the 90s too. Can we really clone dinosaurs and all that type of stuff? Guys, if we do that, I don't care if you put a freaking saber-toothed tiger or a woolly mammoth into a cage, it will always be interesting. Bringing in extinct species, an entire extinct species population, back to life, that's pretty fucking amazing feat here. No one's gonna get bored with that, so I don't know where they get that plot point from. But okay, we go from that to, since everyone's getting bored of Jurassic World, they need a new gimmick. They need something to bring in more tourism. So they created this dinosaur hybrid, which is mostly made of T-Rex DNA, but some few other things, which I'm sure you'll be able to figure out on your own. It's pretty freaking obvious that this thing has raptor DNA in it. But I love, there's a part of the movie where they're just like, oh, when Chris Pratt's character is Owen, he's just like, oh, well, no wonder they didn't want to tell us what the other DNA that this hybrid, this freaking killing machine was mixed with, and it was raptor DNA. What? I mean, how can you not know? You can look at that goddamn thing and tell it has the DNA of a velociraptor. I mean, come on. But I'll get back to that in a second. So, Chris Pratt's character, Owen, is actually a trainer there. He only trains with these 4 raptors, the raptor squad they call them, named Charlie, Echo, Delta, and the main one is Blue, who is kind of like the leader of the pack, even though Chris Pratt is the alpha. So he basically gives them instructions, tells them what to do, and then there's this whole situation where they want to, where one of the characters, I'm not going to give it away, wants to use the raptors as basically warfare. Seeing how Chris Pratt can control them, they're just like, if we use these raptors in war, we can really destroy our enemy, you know? And although that's a really dumb idea, I can understand how a military person can possibly see that. Or they might just want to blow them the fuck up. But this guy actually wants to use the dinosaurs in order to win wars. That's dumb. You can't control a wild animal. They said this in the first movie already, and they haven't learned their goddamn lesson yet. I don't understand it. So anyway, of course, Chris Pratt refuses, but things start to go airy, and it turns out that they might have to turn to this protocol of using the raptors to track down this dangerous new hybrid of a dinosaur they call the indigenous Rex. One that's basically made from the test tube and kept in captivity all of its life, so of course eventually it's going to break out. And then we have the whole Jurassic Park situation all over again. So it's so funny that this actually takes place on the same freaking island as the original Jurassic Park. I'm serious, they go to the old park. Just for a little bit. It's not for too long, and it's only one part of the park that's actually shown. But when they go to the original park, I'm just like, oh, that's so cool to see that. But at the same time, you built this goddamn park in the same fucking area, the same goddamn island, with the same dangerous dinosaurs. What do you think's gonna happen? What do you think was gonna happen? How do you miss that? Oh God! And it's stupid stuff like that. It's like not knowing the freaking thing had raptor DNA. How do you not know that? Opening up this basically Jurassic Park and making it even bigger. Dumb, especially after what happened with the first park, and it turns out that this is actually well-known news that happened in the what happened in the first Jurassic Park. You know, the characters from the original movie, I guess, I think Jeff Goldblum's character wrote a book on it, and you know, everyone knows what happened at Jurassic Park. So, and people still go to Jurassic World apparently, but whatever. That's kind of it's dumb, but for some reason, it works for me. The first movie had its dumb parts, but it was played a little bit more smarter than what they do here. I would say that the children actors are actually really good here. They don't bother me. They didn't bother me in the original one either. I was a kid at the time, so of course they wasn't going to bother me. But looking back at it now, they still don't really bother me. They act like normal kids. Here, they also act like normal kids, and everyone, for the most part, acts normal. The adults might be a little bit stupid, besides Chris Pratt's character. It's kids playing like football or basketball out there or something, and they're just yelling. Besides Chris Pratt's character and his once upon a time girlfriend Claire, you know, it's besides those two, everyone else seems like kind of idiot. Oh, and Chris Pratt's friend, this like Costa Rican guy, he's entertaining too. Dr. Henry Wu from the original Jurassic Park, who's played by the same actor, by the way, he's aged really well for over, how old am I? 24, so 1993, it was like 22, 21 years ago. Jurassic Park came out. It's cool to see him again. I hope, guys, for the sequel, if you're gonna do a sequel, because Chris Pratt already said he signed on for a sequel, so I know you guys are gonna do a sequel. Jurassic World made you a lot of money, and there's no way Universal will give up not doing a sequel. So in the sequel, I hope we get some more. Of course, references to the original, that'll be fine. There was plenty of them here. I hope we get some of the older actors in there too. Get Sam Neill, get Jeff Goldblum again. I don't care if it's like, oh, I didn't want them to have a small cameo. Who gives a shit? Just throw them in there. They don't even have to be chased by the dinosaurs. They could just say something like, oh god, not this again, and won't be seen until like towards the end of the movie or something like that. People will be kind of pissed off, but at least I can say, well, they was in the fucking movie. There's like literally no reference to any of them except for Hammond, of course. And they're like, you know, Hammond's not here to save you and stuff like that, you know, in case the park goes down again, goes under. And of course it is after this whole entire incident. The CGI in the film, you see a lot of people talking about the CGI in the film and whether they use animatronics like they did in the original movie. There's only about 2 scenes that I feel that were done by animatronics, and it kind of felt like the original movie. But the majority of the movie, just the CGI everything, and all the dinosaurs are all CGI, and there's never a moment, besides those 2 moments, that I actually feel like those freaking dinosaurs are there. It's just like when they're interacting with these creatures and stuff like that, even with the raptors, who I really like, it just feels like they're not there to me, guys. The CGI doesn't look that good. It doesn't look that good. You know, you look at a film like, what's a recent film that came out? The one I reviewed, Ex Machina. I reviewed Ex Machina, and I said that looked fantastic CGI. The Avengers has better CGI than that, and there's like a lot going on. You know, you're doing this, there's like a lot of fighting going on, everything's being flipped over all over the place, and that still looked more realistic. The Hulk looks really good in CGI, and you know, the Hulk, you know, that's all CGI, and he looks really good. The enemies in that, they look really good in both of the Avengers movies. But here, it just feels fake, and it's just plain. You just feel it's not there. It's not getting across like, oh, these dinosaurs are actually there, and you can, you know, reach out your hand and touch them, especially in 3D. No. In the first movie, I felt like, you know, I can touch them. Even in the second movie, it felt less CGI was used. But, you know, I mean, it's doing CGI, I guess it's easier now, just doing it all on computer rather than putting any puppets. And I'm sure they did, like, motion capture and stuff like that, but my god, even Planet of the Apes looked more realistic. Caesar looked more realistic in Planet of the Apes. You know, they're riding freaking horses and they look more realistic than these dinosaurs do. There was no way, there was not a single, besides 2, there wasn't a single other scene in this movie that felt like those dinosaurs were real. Not once. And I don't know why the CGI looked like that. It was kind of odd in some places because it just looked like a blur. Just when the Raptors was running. Of course, they had some good scenes with the Raptors was running. You get shots of them from the back or from the side and everything, and then shots from them forward. But there was one time where they first start running through the forest. You know the part of the trailer where you see Chris Pratt on the dirt bike and he's riding with them through the forest. There's a part when they start running through the forest and it just looks fake. and it's dark and it looks fake and it's like they're trying to cover up the bad CGI. I don't know. So enough complaining about that. What else is the problem besides the? Let's talk about stuff that are good. Like I said, the acting is fairly good, even though that the adult characters were probably written a little bit stupidly, because they're doing things and saying things that makes no sense. Just fucking kill the thing. Oh boy, we can't kill it. Well, let's get something else to kill it. And literally the kids are the ones that have the good ideas. You know, these are some really smart children, and it's like everyone else, like no one else has a good idea. Anyway, so the acting's good. Like I said, although the adult actors might be written a little bit dumb for the most part, a little bit naive. The whole movie was still written pretty well. Like, this was something I didn't think was going to work. Jurassic World, come on, you know, if I would have heard about this for, like, in the late 90s or something like that, or even after Jurassic Park came out, and I'd be like, how are they going to pull that off? How are you going to make people come back to this, not only this island, even before it opened, people were already dying. So how would you make people come to this island? Okay, yeah, you have dinosaurs. People are going to go see that. But at the same time, how are you going to get people there? How are you going to get them in the seats, stay invested, and all this stuff? And they go through all that here. So it's pretty smart. The ending. Yes, that ending. I'm not going to give it away, but a lot of people already gave it away. It's freaking awesome. I wasn't that crazy for it like other people are. Like, I guess because I've been spoiled for it, it's like, oh, it's the best ending out of all the movies. And although I kind of agree, especially the part with the, nope, not going to say anything, not going to spoil any of it. But it was a great ending to a movie that was fairly good. Fairly good. I think I enjoyed the second half more than I did the first half. Of course, the first half was setting everything up. It took a while to set stuff up. The movie's like about, I think, 2 hours and 20 minutes long. I gotta double check here. For the first half of the movie, it just feels just kind of like it's like, okay, are there going to be any dinosaurs in here type of thing? It's like, oh, okay, well, I think we just went into Silver Linings Playbook or something. I think we went into a totally different movie. And then once it got to 2 hours and 5 minutes. Yeah, once it got past, I guess, 40 minutes, once this dinosaur decides to break out, that's when the movie sort of picks up, at least for me. So that first half was kind of okay, and I was like, oh, alright, this is fine, whatever. Besides the scene with Chris Pratt and the Raptors and him taming them, or him training them and stuff like that, that was fine. The second half I really like, and that ending was really good, was great, was a nice send-off to the series. Of course, like I said, they're going to make a sequel, so this isn't the last one, but it was a great send-off to it. This is possibly the best we're going to get. I don't know what they're going to do with a sequel for Jurassic World, especially how the way this ended. Woo! Let's just say the writers are going to have a time. And it seems like they struggled at some points in here trying to connect the dots in a way, especially the part where... Okay, here's another dumb thing. They try to use the Raptors to take down this freaking T-Rex hybrid. Okay, this thing is already supposedly stronger than a regular T-Rex. The Raptors couldn't even take down the T-Rex in the original fucking movie. What makes you think they're going to do that here? But anyway, they try to use the Raptors to take down this hybrid T-Rex, also bringing in a sort of like mercenary team to kind of neutralize it as well. And guess what? The Raptors turn on them. Of course the Raptors turn on you. The Raptors are going to turn on you because this thing is part freaking raptor, and that somehow you didn't know that, and it was able to communicate with them and take over as alpha, taking Chris Pratt's power away over them. Doing? What do you think you're going to happen? What do you think you're going to do? You take raptors and you're putting them in a cage with a bigger raptor. Of course, the bigger raptor is going to control the smaller raptor, but whatever. That was dumb. That was dumb. I was holding my head like, oh boy, really? Besides that, there's not really a lot here I can be mad about. Like I said, the first movie have its dumb tropes, and the sequels are way worse. This is pretty good. I enjoy this. I might have to give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs up. Yeah, on a scale of out of 4 stars, from 1 to 4 stars, I'll give it a 3. I think it deserves a 3. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park and you love the original, whether you've seen the sequels or not, this will be good for you. If you've never seen a Jurassic Park movie, like you're too young enough or you haven't seen any of that, this will be a great introduction for your kids if you have any, in order for them to see it, to get into the Jurassic Park world and series and the lore. It is pretty gruesome. There's a couple of shots which they linger on when people are just getting ripped apart or getting tossed and stuff like that. There's a great scene where the pterodactyl's cage is destroyed by the indigenous Rex for reasons I'm not going to say, but anyways, destroyed. And oh no, there's a hole broke into the dome, and because of this hole, all the pterodactyls get out there and they start attacking people in the park. Great scene, by the way. It's done so well, but they take no advantages of it afterwards. Just that one part where they kind of evacuate everybody everywhere else in this park, and they put them all in one place. So alright, so you got all the people all in one place, and you got the freaking dinosaurs that can fly, just taking people, picking them up, throwing them, falling inside this great big water tank that holds another dinosaur that just eats every freaking thing that comes near it. Fantastic. Doesn't last for too long, only about 5 to 10 minutes. Everyone's talking about the margarita guy, and I actually didn't notice. I noticed that, I think at the last second I did notice, but I just kind of glanced over it. It was my mother that actually leans over to me, and she's like, did that guy just like pick up his alcohol and just took it with him when the dinosaurs attacked? And he does. He just takes 2 cups in his hand and just goes like this and just takes it. And it was fantastic. So that was funny. There was some funny moments, and most of the funny moments came from Chris Pratt's character, who was just fantastic. The guy is blowing up, and I love his acting. Anything he's in turns out to be gold. Yeah, Chris Pratt is literally hitting gold with every movie he's done or every movie he's in. So, yeah, I recommend it. I recommend it. If you are a fan of Jurassic Park, if you're just curious about the way this one is, it's not going to hurt you, okay? It's not going to be like, oh, this is the worst movie ever. So I don't really understand some of the negativity coming from certain critics. I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was pretty fun. I enjoyed what I saw, and I wouldn't mind seeing it again. You don't get the same feeling from when you was a kid, guys. You know, at the time when Jurassic Park came out, I didn't get that same feeling. It was almost there. It was almost there in the beginning. I actually took off my glasses. I almost shedded a tear at the beginning when I heard that Jurassic Park theme. And seeing them show the new Jurassic Park, basically, Jurassic World, it was beautiful. But okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching the review. I'm going to have some more reviews out for you guys, but for now, go see Jurassic World if you haven't, or not, go see Inside Out. I haven't even seen that movie yet. I'm already recommended it. Okay, thanks for watching the review, and I'll catch you guys later.